Blue's Clues ran this segment based off of a Pride parade. Because obviously it's Pride Month, so everybody has to be about Pride Month. Not just adults, but even young children that don't know anything about this. Check this out.
Hey, Blue, look at all these families.
Hi, families!
It's time for a Pride parade.
Families marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. This family has two mommies, they love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Families marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. This family has two daddies, they love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Come on, friends! Families marching three by three, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching three by three, hurrah, hurrah. These papas are non-binary, they love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Families marching four by four, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching four by four, hurrah, hurrah. Trans members of this family all love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Come join the fun! Families marching five by five, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching five by five, hurrah, hurrah. Some people choose their family, they love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Families marching six by six, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching six by six, hurrah, hurrah. Ace, Bi, and Pan grown-ups, you see, can love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Oh yeah! Families marching seven by seven, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching seven by seven, hurrah, hurrah. All families are made differently, they love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Families marching eight by eight, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching eight by eight, hurrah, hurrah. This house is a family of kings and queens, they love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Let's celebrate! Families marching nine by nine, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching nine by nine, hurrah, hurrah. Allies to the queer community can love their queer friends so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Families marching 10 by 10, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching 10 by 10, hurrah, hurrah. Love is love, you see, and everyone should love proudly, and we'll all go marching in the big parade. Wow! Thanks, Blue!
So I believe the actual full video keeps going and keeps going, but the point here is, notice what they're saying here. Notice what they're doing. I think a lot of this is, see, the thing is with the people that are on the left and the people that are doing these things for the children is that they know exactly what they're doing. They know that parents are going to be in the room. They know that parents are going to probably see this for the vast majority of people and not approve of this. So what they try to do is they try to make everything very, very subtle. If you notice in the background, there's all these colors and it's very bright and vibrant, something that kids are going to see and just immediately kind of be enticed into. What is all of these? Why are these colors there? Why is everything so bright and vibrant looking? It's almost like it's just a trick of the eye. But notice all the gay pride flags in the background, the trans flags in the background, as if the kids are going to know anything about that. It's this subliminal messaging in a way, where they're just kind of sticking it, little elements and hints of it in the background, but not telling you exactly what it is, so when they grow up, they recognize what it is later, once they can attribute a name to it. One of the families featured in there actually showed children, or transgender children, or whatever, that have undergone sex reassignment surgery, or in other words, genital mutilation. That's basically what that is. And they're just making it seem like it's perfectly normal. I don't know if you also picked up on this too, where it says that some people choose their family. Now, if you think about that, I think what a lot of normal parents would probably think is, well, yeah, sometimes you can, I guess, kind of choose some family, right? I guess if you take somebody in, that's not what they're talking about. What they're actually referring to is a disowning of your own family if they're not approving of your new identity. Okay, I've been reading through this book that is basically called Irreversible Damage, and it talks about families and mothers and daughters and them going through these different stories, these tragic stories about how daughters have gone through this transition process and have literally just disowned their family because they view the LBGT community as their new family. That's their new home, and therefore, why did they leave their original family? It's because they didn't believe in everything they thought that they should be. In other words, we're not talking about the fact that the family was disowning them, that their own family decided to not support them. Most of the time, their family was being extremely supportive of them. But they said, hey, maybe you should just slow down and think about things a little bit. Well, all of a sudden, that was enough for them to say, well, I don't feel safe around you anymore, so I'm going to leave you, cut off all communication, and go move in with my new family of LGBT people. That's essentially what you're seeing them talking about here. They're saying that you can disown your family. Your family is whoever you choose to make it out to be. And I'm sure you've heard the statement before where people say you can't choose, you don't choose family, right? In the sense that sometimes you just have idiots in your family, right? And you just kind of have to deal with them because family's family. You don't get to choose who they are. They're defying that. They're changing everything about that and saying, you know what, you get to pick whoever you want. You can disown and get rid of other family members, and in the same breath, you can pick up new family members to be with, and it doesn't matter. It's all about who you choose to be family with, and that's all that matters. But that's a lie, and it's not the real world. And they're selling this to children. Once again, it's subtle, but that's exactly what they're talking about here. Also, in case you're listening to audio as well, or if you're even watching a video and didn't notice it, there's a communist fist right there on the microphone. The microphone basically is the communist fist, in case you didn't realize that. It's almost like they're trying to pull some type of subliminal messaging. Why is that there? I mean, what could the animator possibly have been thinking about doing by making the microphone a communist fist? I mean, it's like they're purposefully trying to hide and add little things in there that to the naked eye you may not see, but that slowly creeps into these children's brains, causing them to recognize what it is and being supportive of it later. As I mentioned, the rainbow flags, the trans flags, all the bright colors, everything else in the background, all these different animals, all meant to trick you into believing something that's simply not true. This stuff has no place in children's cartoons. It's not teaching them anything that's going to make them a smarter person whatsoever. It's just indoctrination. That's all it is. Don't let them tell you anything other than that. This is nothing but indoctrination. And the reason why it's indoctrination is because, think about it for a second here. They want to pretend like they're all so inclusive, right? That's what you hear all the time. Oh, we're so inclusive about all this stuff, guys. We're doing this because so kids can grow up to be so accepting and not terrible people, as that mother was talking about her child that I was talking about on the show a couple of shows ago. That's what they try to pull this as, is that we're just trying to be so inclusive of everybody, and we want kids to grow up to be super tolerant. Except when it has to deal with Christianity, right? I mean, kids get bullied for many things, not just maybe being gay or trans or this or that, but sometimes it could be religious. Sometimes it could be the fact that they just don't look a certain way, or maybe they're too short, maybe they're too tall. But the thing is, or maybe they have a weird religion. Maybe they're one of these Muslim religions where they have to wear the whole headdress or the hijab or whatever. They don't teach an entire group of kids all of this stuff. You don't see them stuffing that stuff into these cartoons, talking about Christianity and the different religions and how all these Christian or these different religions can kind of be around you, and you need to be aware of all of them and what it looks like. They don't teach you any of that. They're only doing it for this. That's why it's indoctrination. They're not trying to make this an equal kind of representation situation. They're only focused on one thing and one thing alone, and that is sexualizing these children too young. You just watched a clip from The William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.